Welcome, bowling fans. We're in the middle of practice here. We're over here in Fremont, Ohio. Plaza Lanes, bowling against Fremont Ross. This is an NLL Conference match. We've got the girls bowling on lanes 1 through 4, and the varsity boys on lanes 5 through 8. And Fremont Ross has some junior varsity bowlers bowling on lanes 9 through 12. We'll focus on just the first 8 lanes here. I apologize for the internet quality, so you'll probably see the picture glitch in and out throughout this broadcast. I am recording this and I will upload this later, so we'll have a good quality version on the site, but it will take a day or two to get it uploaded. As I said, we're in the middle of practice here. We just had the national anthem, so we've got about 6 minutes left. Again, I apologize for the quality of the stream, but we're out in the middle of the boonies here. I want to remind everybody that we've got our Baker's Bash coming up on Monday, January 20th. I think the start time, if I remember correctly, is right around 11 o'clock. We've got teams from all over the area coming to bowl nothing but Baker games. Off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly how many years we've been doing this, but it's got to be at least 6. We've got about 3 more minutes of practice left before we get underway. We'll start with the boys tonight. 2 minutes left. Again, we are having internet issues. There's not a whole lot of high-speed data in this area, evidently. So we are recording the match, and it will be uploaded later today or tomorrow. All right, less than a minute left on practice. All right, practice is just about over here. The last few bowlers. All right, and we're about to get underway. I think we're ready to bowl. All right, Fox gets us started with a strike. Christian down on lane number 8 picks up 7. leaves the 3-6-10. Slade looks like he picked up 8. Oh no, I'm sorry, he picked up 9. Nope, 8. I was right. Spare attempt from Slade. Picks up 1. Andrew picks up 9 on his first ball. Fremont Ross picks up 8 on lane 6, leaves the 3-6. Strike for Fremont Ross on lane 5. Andrew picked up his spare a little bit ago. Hunter up now on lane number 8. And a strike for Hunter. Fremont Ross picks up their spare on lane 7.
Hang on.
All right, looks like we might have an issue here. Oh, the lanes must not be crossing. Somehow I was on the girls' match. All right, looks like they've got it taken care of now. So Fremont Ross with 7 on lane 8, leaving the 2-4-5. Christian comes in light, leaves the 1-2-10. Christian spare attempt picks up 2. Although it counted it as a spare. Unless I missed it. Oh, maybe it was, no, it wouldn't have been a spare on the other side. Interesting. It displayed the spare graphic. The score is correct, but Andrew up now, lane number 7. Strike for Andrew. Nine count for Fremont Ross on lane 8. Still working on getting the lanes 5 and 6 swapped. And Hunter goes high and splits. Pickup of 7, leaving the 4, 7, and 9. All right, they've got it fixed now. So the Fox up on lane 5. He goes high, leaves the 10 pin. Hunter now, spare attempt. Oh, nice attempt. Picks up 1 out of 2, or 1 out of 3, I'm sorry. So an 8 count for Hunter. Fox, spare attempt. Nudges the 10, but it doesn't go down. 7 count for Fremont Ross on lane 6. Leaves the 1, 2, 8. Brooklyn strike for Fremont Ross on lane 7. Slade picks up 9 on lane number 5. Looks like a 2 pin left.
No. Reset it one more time.
Strike for Fremont Ross on lane number 6. Slade picks up his spare on lane 5. Strike for Fremont Ross on lane 8. Oh, it looks like he had a foot fault, so that's actually a spare. Fox up now, lane number 6. That one goes high, picks up 7, leaves the 3, 6, 10. Christian now, lane number 8. And he gets a strike. 8 count for Fremont Ross on lane 7. Fremont Ross picks up all but 1 on lane 5. Fox, spare attempt, picks it up on lane 6. Fremont Ross converts their spare, lane 7. Slade up lane 6, Andrew up lane 8. Slade gets 8, leaves the 6-10. Andrew leaves the 10 pin. Fremont Ross with a strike on lane number 5. Slade, nice spare conversion there. Andrew, his spare on the way, picks it up. Hunter up now, lane number 8. Nice ball from Hunter for the strike. Fox now down on lane 5. Picks up 8, leaves the 6-10. Christian splits the 1-3 for the strike. Strike for Fremont Ross, lane number 8. Fox converts his spare down on lane 5. Looks like it counted Christian's strike as 9. So we got to get that fixed, and so Andrew can bowl. Slade picks up 9 on lane number 5, leaves the 3-pin. Fremont Ross, spare attempt on lane 8, picks up 2 out of 3. Slade now, spare attempt, picks it up on lane 5. We've got the score corrected for Christian, so Andrew up next. Nice ball from Fremont Ross on lane 6 for the strike. That's now, looks like 4 in a row for him in the first 4 frames. Andrew, nice ball, picks up 9, leaves a 10-pin. Fox now, lane 6. Another nice looking ball, but leaves a 10-pin. Fremont Ross, spare attempt down on lane 5, picks it up. Andrew picks up his spare in lane 7. Fox, it falls off to the right on his spare attempt, so he'll end up with 9. Hunter up lane number 7. Christian with a strike on lane 8. Nice looking ball by Hunter, strike for him. That's a double up for him. Christian with 3 strikes in a row in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th frames. Slade now, lane number 6. And another 9. Leaves the 10-pin. Fremont Ross with another strike down on lane number 5. That's now 5 in a row for him. Hunter coming up on lane 8. Slade, spare attempt on lane 6, picks it up. Hunter lets that one go. And can't quite get the messenger to roll out the 10. So 9 count on his first ball. Spare attempt now from Hunter on lane 8. Picks it up. Fox with a strike down on lane number 5. So switch over to the ladies. All right, so we got Macy up here, Macy Eicher on lane number 3. Macy picks up 8, leaves a 6-10. She started out with 3 strikes in a row, then had an open in the 4th, and then another strike in the 5th. Kendall Horner splits on lane number 2, leaving the 6-7-10. Macy now, spare attempt, picks it up. So Kendall started out with a spare, and then a split and open, then 2 strikes, and then another split, and then another spare. And she picks up 1 out of the 3 on that split in the 7th. Avery Badenhop now up on lane number 3, and a strike for Avery. So Avery started out with a strike in the 1st, then a 9 spare, 9 spare. She had an open in the 4th off of a split, then another spare, and then that strike you just saw in the 6th. Lily Light up lane number 3. And Lily drops all 10 for the strike. So that's Lily's first strike of the match. Started out with 3 straight spares. I'm sorry, it's 2 spares. 7 spare, 7 spare. Then she had a couple of opens, and now that strike in the 6th. Ariana Kiesling picks up the spare on lane number 2. So Ariana started out with a strike in the 1st, then a spare, then 3 strikes in a row and a couple of spares. Kendall picks up 7, leaving the 2-4-7 on lane number 1. Avery gets 9, leaving a 5-pin. That's on lane 4. Kendall picked up her spare just a moment ago. Now we've got Ariana Kiesling up on lane number 1. Avery picks up her spare on lane 4. And a strike for Ari. Lily up now, lane number 4. And that comes in light, pickup of 6, leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Fremont Ross, spare attempt on lane 3, picks it up. Fremont Ross picks up 2 out of 3 on a split opportunity on lane number 2. Lily up now, spare attempt on lane 4. Nice pickup there by Lily. Brings up Macy on lane number 3. That one goes high, leaves the 6-10. Okay, Kendall up on lane number 2 now. Coming into the 9th frame, the foundation frame. And she picks up 8, looks like the 2-4. Macy converts her spare on lane number 3. 9 count for Fremont Ross on lane number 1, leaving the 3 pin. Avery Badenhop now, lane number 3. That one goes high, picks up 9, leaves the 6 pin. Airy up now, lane number 2. And she splits, leaves the 6, 7, 10. Avery now, spare attempt on lane number 3. Converts. Lily now, spare attempt, lane number 3. I'm sorry, first ball, lane number 3. Picks up 6. Leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Kendall picks up 9 on the first ball in the 10th frame. Leaves a 7 pin. Spare attempt from Kendall. Just misses. So 149 for Kendall. Avery up on lane number 4. And she gets a strike. Lily up now, lane number 4. Ariana picks up 8 to start the 10th frame, leaving the 6-10. And that one got away from Lily. She'll try and regroup here and pick up the spare. Ari now, lane number 1, picks up the spare. She'll get one more. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm collecting scores. So Fox Taylor finished with a 190 with a strike in the 9th and 3 strikes in the 10th. Slade started out with a strike in the 10th, with a strike in the 9th, a strike in the 10th, and then spared out for a 188. Ariana Kiesling finished up with a 204 with a strike and a spare in the 10th frame. Macy, at the start of her 10th frame, picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin. So on the boys' side, like I said, we've got Fox with 190, Slade with 188. The Fremont Ross bowlers put up 179, 248, and 267. Oh, hang on. No, not. 178, 144. Evidently, I can't read. And 267. Macy picked up her spare, last ball 10th frame. Picks up 7 more. So a 204 for Macy Eicher. Avery started out the 10th with a strike, working on a strike in the 9th. Christian finished up with a 197. He had strikes in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, spared the 10th, and picked up 7 more. Avery goes 3 strikes in the 10th for 204. Andrews got 2 strikes in the 10th. Lily started out with 8 on her first ball in the 10th. Andrews, last ball of the 10th, is another strikes. 3 strikes in the 10th. He finishes with a 202. All right, Lily spared her second ball, so she'll get 1 more in the 10th. Hunter just started out the 10th frame with a strike. And another strike for Hunter. And Lily picks up 9 on her final ball and finishes with a game of 134. All right, so I've got Kendall 149, Ariana 204, Macy 204, Avery 204, and Lily 134 for an 895. I've got Fremont Ross, the female bowlers, 135, 131, 156, 99, and 161 for 682, a difference of 213 pins. Hunter finished up with a 204. Very popular score. And let's see. Trying to make out that last. Can you make out home 5? Is that 190? All right. All right, so on the boys' side, Fox with 190, Slade 188, Christian 197, Andrew 202, Hunter 204 for a 981. Fremont Ross, I've got 178, 144, 267, 178, 190 for 957. So Napoleon leading by 24 pins. All right, we'll just check these here real quick. So 957 for the and 957 for the boys, 981 for the Napoleon boys, Hunter 204, Andrew 202, Slade 188, Fox 190, and Christian 197. And 190, 267, 144, and a pair of 178s. All right, we've got Alexa Miller in now on lane number 1. Avery's up on lane number 3. And Avery with a strike. Alexa with a spare attempt, picks up 1 out of 3. All right, Sophia Coors up now on lane number 3. And she picks up, looks like 5 maybe. All right, Kendall with a spare on her first ball, coming up second frame in the second game. Sophia now, spare attempt. Picks it up, nicely done. Kendall, that one goes high. Or, I'm sorry, that's not Kendall, that's Brenna. So she picks up 8 on her first ball in the second frame. Leaves the 2-4. Avery up now, lane number 4. Gets 9, can't get the 7 to go down. All right, Alexa getting ready to start the second frame here. And Alexa picks up 8. Looks like the 1-3 left. I think we've got a scoring correction that we're waiting on and a pin reset for Avery. Alexa spare temp misses. So it must have been the 139 that Alexa had. Brenna, nice ball there for the strike. All right, we'll switch down to the boys. And a strike for Fremont Ross on lane number 6. Fox picks up his spare. Christian picks up 9, leaving a 10 pin on lane 7. Slade up now. And he drops all 10 for the strike on lane 5. Christian now, spare attempt on lane 7. Picks it up. Fox now, lane number 6. Nice ball strike for Fox. It's now 3 in a row for him. Andrew up on lane 7. Strike for him. I'm sorry, it's not 3 in a row. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Fox started out 7 spare strike, 9 spare strike. Andrew picked up the strike. Hunter with a strike. So both Andrew and Hunter double up. Slade picks up 8, leaving the 1-3 on lane 6. Sorry, it takes me a little while to get used to new scoring systems. Christian picked up 9 on his first ball, down on lane 8, left a 7 pin, spare attempt upcoming. And he's on target. Slade now, spare attempt on lane 6. And he converts. Fremont Ross with a spare attempt on lane number 7. Spare attempt from Fremont Ross, converted on lane 5. Andrew up now, working on a pair of strikes. Lane number 8. Drops that one into the slot. Came in a little bit light, but all 10 went down. Fox now, lane number 5. And he splits, leaving the 4, 6, 7. Hunter with another strike, so both Andrew and Hunter are starting to get warm up. 3 strikes apiece for him. Or 3 in a row, I should say. Christian now, lane number 7. That one misses the head pin, leaves the 1, 2, 10, a pickup of 7. Fox probably just trying to pick up 2 here. That's what he does on lane 5, so a 9 count for him. Strike for Fremont Ross on lane number 8. 9 count for Fremont Ross on lane number 6, leaving just the 3 pin. Christian now, spare attempt on lane 7, picks up 2 out of the 3. So a 9 count for Christian in the 5th frame. Slade goes high, picks up 9, leaves the 3 pin. That's on lane 5. Fremont Ross converts their spare on lane number 6. Strike for Fremont Ross on lane 8. Andrew up now, lane number 7. Nice ball from Andrew and another strike. Slade converts his spare down on lane 5. Fox goes Brooklyn's side, picks up 9, leaves the 9. Hunter now on lane number 7. Nice ball from Hunter and another strike. And Fremont with the carry for the strike on lane 5. Fox converts his spare in lane 6. Strike for Fremont Ross on lane 7. Christian taking aim at the 6, 7, 10, picks up 2 out of the 3. Slade picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin on lane 6. Strike for Fremont Ross on lane number 7. Slade picks up his spare. Andrew now, lane number 8. And another strike for Andrew. Hunter up now, lane number 8. And 9 count for Hunter, leaving the 7 pin. Fremont Ross picks up 9, down on lane number 5. And 8 count for Christian on lane 7, leaving the 310. And a strike for Fremont Ross down on lane number 5. Christian now, spare attempt. Nice pickup by Christian, picks up the 310. Goes right between them. Strike from Fremont Ross on lane 8. 9 count on lane number 6. That's his second ball due to a foot foul. Andrew now, lane number 7. Another strike for Andrew. Fox with a strike on lane number 5 a moment ago. We'll work our way back down to the girls. That was Avery with a strike there on lane number 3. Kendall is in for Alexa. Picked up 6 on her first ball. And picks up 2 more for a total of 8. Just as a reminder, we are in poor internet country, so expect glitches and drops. We'll do the best we can. We are recording, so we'll get this uploaded. Brenna picked up 7 on her first ball on lane number 2, coming up for spare attempt here. And she backs off of it. All right, and Brenna picks up her spare there on lane 2. And Macy, I believe that is. Yep, strike on lane number 4. Kendall picks up, looks like 6. Oh, 5 it is, 5. Avery got 9 on her first ball down on lane 4. Kendall, spare attempt. Picks up all but 1. Avery picks up her spare. Fremont Ross leaves the 310 on lane 2, a pickup of 8. Sophia up on lane number 4, Brenna up on lane number 1. Brenna picks up 6, leaving the 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 4, 9. And Sophia picks up 9, leaving the 7 pin. Fremont Ross spare attempt, picks it up, nicely done. Brenna now, spare attempt, picks it up. So spare for Brenna in the 9th frame. Macy with 8 in the first part of the frame. Picks up the spare. So there, that's the 7th frame. They had a little bit of an issue getting a pin reset, so they're a little bit behind everybody else. Avery picks up 8 on lane number 3, leaving the 6-10. We now have Ariana Kiesling in, replacing Kendall, who replaced Alexa, I believe. Ari got 6 on her first ball, picks up the spare. Avery picks up her spare. Fox Taylor ends up with a 213, going strike, strike in the 8th, 9th, and then a spare and a strike. Brenna up now, 10th frame on lane number 2. And gets 9, leaves a 7 pin. All right, I think they ended up replacing Christian and putting in Garrett, and he finished with a 159, it looks like. Brenna with a spare in the 10th, last ball. Picks up 9 more. For a 187. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Fox that had the 213. Fox had the 164, sorry. It was Fremont Ross with the 213. Slade finished up with a 160. So 190, 164. Just bear with me as I try to grab scores here. So 137 is what Ari and Alexa and Kendall combined for. All right, Fremont Ross boys, first three bowlers, 213. $159, $226. All right, Fremont Ross, 191 and all right, give me a minute. I'm going to walk down and try and get some scores. All right. 239 for Andrew. 213 for Hunter. And then the last Fremont Ross boy had a 259. All right, so on the boys' side, boys are behind going into the Baker game. All right, 125, 124. Last Fremont Ross girl on lanes 1 and 2 was 166. So Napoleon boys are down by 89 pins going into the first Baker game. Macy picks up 9 and start the 10th frame after 2 strikes in the 8th and 9th frames. All right, Macy picks up her spare. So she'll get one more in the 10th. Fremont Ross also picked up their spare in the 10th. She gets ready to roll her last ball. And a strike for her.
Hey, I know that guy.
So she ends up with 164. Macy picks up 8 on her final ball, finishes with 191. All right. Napoleon started out with a strike. Fox picks up 8 and has a split looking at him. Fremont Ross picks up 7 to start the 10th frame. Avery coming up.
I know this guy right here.
Fox picks up the spare in the 2nd frame. Fremont Ross started out with an 8 spare and a strike. Avery looking at a split. And she missed her spare attempt, so she finishes with a 176. Leaves Sophia to bowl. The last Fremont Ross bowler finished with a 135. Garrett Hall picks up an 8 spare in the 3rd frame. Fremont Ross, 9 spare in the 3rd. Sophia starts out the 10th frame with a strike. Sophia now 2nd ball, 10th frame. 9 count, leaves the 7. So a strike for the boys. In the 4th frame, Andrew gets 9 on his first ball. All right, so for the boys, we had 981. And 935 in the 2nd for a total of 1916. Fremont Ross, 957, 1048 in game 2 for a total of 2005. So as I said, we're behind by 89 pins. Sophia picks up the spare and finishes with a 162. So Napoleon is leading the girls' match by 352 pins now. Game 1 was 895. Game 2 is 853. For the Fremont Ross girls, it was 682 and 714. All right, so switch over to our boys' match. Fremont Ross, spare or first ball, picks up 9. Slade now, spare attempt, 5-9, and he chops, picks up only 1 in the 6th frame. Spare attempt from Fremont Ross boys is successful. Fox up now for the boys, lane number 7. And he drops all 10 for the strike. Fremont Ross now, right lane. Garrett Hall for Napoleon. Picks up 8. There's a strike for Fremont Ross in the 8th frame. Fremont Ross, another strike in the 9th frame. Garrett now, spare attempt, picks it up. Fremont Ross picks up a strike in the 10th frame. And Hunter ends up splitting, leaves the 4-6-7. So Fremont Ross will extend their lead after this first Baker game. They're going to be down probably a good 100 and some pins. Hunter picks up 1, finishes with 150. Fremont Ross with 9 on their second ball in the 10th. I'm sorry, that was... Napoleon's still got the 10th frame to bowl. I'm a little premature. Andrew started out the 10th with a strike. So 225 is what Fremont Ross ended up with. Best Napoleon is going to be able to do would be 180 if Andrew struck out. Second strike. Lady Cats started out this Baker game with a strike, then an open. Now Sophia with 9 in the 3rd and waiting for her spare attempt. Andrew now, last ball, 10th frame. And another strike, so 180. So Napoleon down by 134 pins with 2 Baker matches remaining. Sophia picked up her spare. up, picks up 8. Garrett up, spare attempt. We got Avery Badenhop on lane 4. And a strike for Avery. I'm sorry, that's Macy. Avery is next. Christian Horner got 9 on his first ball. Spare attempt now, lane number 8. I'm sorry, that's looking at the wrong lane. That's a strike for Christian. There's Fremont Ross that had 9 on their first ball and misses the spare attempt. So Fremont Ross, first 3 frames were a strike, 9 open, 9 open. Hunter now, and another strike for the Wildcats. Lady Cats have 3 strikes in a row, starting in the 5th frame. Sophia up now, lane number 4. Picks up 8, leaves a 6-10. Strike for Fremont Ross boys in frame number 4 and lane number 7. Andrew up now for the boys, lane number 8. And he gets 9, can't get the 10 pin to drop. Fremont Ross with back-to-back strikes. Sophia now, spare attempt. And she misses that one, so an open for the Lady Cats in the 8th frame. Andrew now, spare attempt. Picks it up. Fox up now, lane number 8 for the Wildcats. And he picks up 8. Brenna also picks up 8 for the Lady Cats on lane number 4, leaving us 4-7. Four strikes in a row from the Fremont Ross bowlers. Fox picks up the spare. Fremont Ross puts another strike on the board. Garrett Hull with a strike for the Wildcats. Fremont Ross, 9th frame, 2nd Baker game. Ariana Kiesling struck on her first ball in the 10th. Christian Horner. Picked up 8 on his first ball. Fremont Ross also got 8 on his first ball. Fremont Ross picked up the spare. Christian now his ball. Looks like it picked up the spare. Ariana Kiesling, 2nd strike in the 10th, last ball. And that's a good place to leave the 7-10 split. So 187 for the Lady Cats in game number 1, Baker game number 1. Fremont Ross with 108. Fremont Ross picks up the spare in the 10th. Hunter picks up his spare in the 9th. I'll bring up Andrew in the 10th frame. Napoleon down by about 31 pins in this Baker game. Fremont Ross starts out with a strike. Andrew gets 9 to start the 10th frame. I'm sorry, 116 for the Fremont Ross ladies. Must have checked the board too soon. So 187, 116 was the first Baker game. Andrew now spare attempt. Picks it up. So 214 for the Fremont Ross boys. .202 is the best Napoleon can finish with if Andrew strikes out. So they'll drop more pins in the second Baker game. And Andrew picks up 8 more, so 200. So down by 148 pins with 1 Baker to go. Looks like Napoleon could be facing their first NLL loss for the season. Meanwhile, the girls are leading Fremont Ross by 423 pins. That's unofficial. I apologize if the picture-in-picture looks really pixelated on the current internet stream, but hopefully on the recording it looks much better. We are struggling with internet over here in Fremont, so we mentioned that throughout the broadcast. We will attempt to get this uploaded onto the onto the YouTube site either later tonight or first thing tomorrow. Slade McCorkle starts things out with a 9, leaving a 10 pin. Slade picked up the spare. Fremont Ross started out with a strike. Fremont Ross picks up 7, leaving the 3-6-10 on lane 8. Garrett Hall now, lane 7, picks up 9, looks like a 5-pin left. Fremont Ross picks up their spare. Garrett now, spare attempt. Picks it up. Looks like the girls are still having some issues with pins. Fremont Ross looks like they pick up 7, leaving the 139. Christian gets 9 of them to drop. Looks like a 3-pin left. Fremont Ross picks up 1 out of the 3, so an open for them. And Christian opens up as well. Fremont Ross with 9, leaving a 10-pin. Andrew up now. And a strike for Andrew. Fremont Ross, spare temp, lane number 8, picks it up. Hunter Ehlers now. And a strike for Hunter, so back-to-back strikes. Lily starts things out for the girls with a strike. Strike for Fremont Ross girls in the second frame. Slade now, lane number 7. And another strike for the boys. Fremont Ross puts up a strike in the 5th frame. Fremont Ross boys, another strike. That's a double. Garrett Hall, lane 7. There's a strike for the boys. So Alexa picks up 6, leaves the 1, 2, 4, 10 white washout. Fremont Ross girls picked up 7. Looks like maybe the 3, 5, 6. And she picks up her spare. Alexa picks up 1 out of the 4. Fremont Ross boys pick up 7, leaves the 3, 6, 10. Another strike from Christian for the Napoleon. I thought that was a strike. Scoreboard only shows it as 8, though. So I'll have to get a scoring change here. There, they've corrected it. So Napoleon with 5 strikes in a row now. An open from the Fremont Ross in the 8th frame. Spare from Kendall on the girls' side. In the 3rd frame. Andrew up now. And another strike for Napoleon. They may not win this match, but they're going down swinging, that's for sure. Strike from Fremont Ross in the 9th and 10th frames. Hunter up now. And another strike for Napoleon. So 6-7 in a row now. Ariana Kiesling picks up 9 on her first ball, leaves the 10 pin. Fremont Ross puts up another strike. Hunter with 9, leaving a 7 pin maybe, or maybe it's a 4 pin. Looks like maybe a 4 pin. Fremont Ross lacks ball, and another strike for Fremont Ross. So they finish with 2-10. And Hunter picks up the spare, finishing with a 246. All right, so unofficially, I've got Baker games 180 to 225, 200 to 214, 246 to 210. So 626 for Napoleon, 649 for Fremont Ross. Add that to the individual games. I've got 2542 to 2654, a difference of 112 pins. So Fremont Ross defeats the Napoleon boys. Unofficially, we'll check the official scores here. Switch over to the end of the girls' match here. So Alexa up to start the 7th frame. And Alexa with a strike. And Fremont Ross picks up 7, leaves the 3-5-6. So this is only the second Baker game, so we'll have one more Baker game from the girls. Kendall starts out with 6 in the 8th frame. Leaves the 2, 4, 5, and 7. So Napoleon boys averaged 195.5 tonight, but ran into a buzzsaw with Fremont Ross. Fremont Ross averaging 204. So congratulations to Fremont Ross boys. All right, 2654, 2542, difference of 112 and 195.5 is the average. So all right, 1, 2, 4, 10 left for now. We're waiting for a ball to come back. So Hunter Ehlers with 204 and 213. Andrew Gallagher 202 and 239. Slade McCorkle 188. Christian Horner 197. Fox Taylor 190. Baker games of 180, 200, and 246. All right, Macy up now, 9th frame spare attempt. And she picks up 3 out of the 4. Fremont Ross with 9 spare in the 10th. And Ariana starts out the 10th with a strike. And a strike for the Fremont Ross girls. And they finish with 116. Same as their first Baker game. Second strike for Ariana Kiesling. All right, last ball from Ari here. And another strike. So 3 strikes in the 10th for a 156. Extends their lead to 463 pins. All right, while they get ready for the third Baker game, I'm going to go retrieve my camera from the boys' side. All right, sorry for that brief pause. Avery gets started, picks up 8, leaves the 4-7. Fremont Ross starts out with 3. Fremont Ross picks up a couple more for a total of 8. Avery missed her spare attempt, so 8 in the first. Fremont Ross picks up 7 on their first ball, leaving the 3-6-10. Brenna with a strike for Napoleon. Fremont Ross missed their spare attempt, so 7 count in the second. Sophia up now for Lady Cats. And a strike for Sophia. Macy Eicher up next. And she splits, leaving the 6, 7, 10. Fremont Ross picked up 5 on their first ball in the third. And Fremont Ross picks up 2 out of the 5, so a 7 count. Sophia picks up all but one, or I'm sorry, Macy picks up all but 1. So a 9 count for Macy. Fremont Ross picks up 9, leaves a 6 pin. Ariana Kiesling up next. And she picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin. Ari picks up her spare. Fremont Ross picks up their spare. Avery now. And a strike for Avery. Six count for Fremont Ross, leaving a 1, 3, 9, 10. Brenna up now. And Brenna drops all 10 for the strike. So back-to-back strikes for the Lady Cats. Spare attempt from Fremont Ross picks up 2 out of the 4. So an 8 count in the 5th. Sophia Coors up. And a strike for Sophia. So 3 in a row now. All right, Fremont Ross up now, lane number 3. And she picks up 9, leaves a 7 pin. Macy Eicher up now. And another strike for the Lady Cats. 4 in a row now. Fremont Ross picking up 8, leaving the 3, 6. Ariana Kiesling, 10th frame. And she splits. Leaves 2, 7, 10. Well, I thought I counted 3 pins down there. Oh no, the 10 pin went down, so it's just the 2-7. Makes it a lot easier. Not easy, but easier. And she picks it up. Fremont Ross open in the 7th. Didn't get any additional, so 8 count in the 7th. Fremont Ross picking up 7, leaving the 1-3-9. Aries last ball. Looks like it picks up 9. And they finish with a game of 2-10. Nice final Baker game, ladies. So we'll try to confirm with the coaches here once the game is over. But unofficially, I've got 2301 total, which averages at 177 average. Fremont Ross didn't pick up any more in the 8th. So on the 9th, they get 8, leaving a 3-6. Just as a quick reminder, join us on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, for our Baker Bash. We'll have 2 streams going, one for the boys, one for the girls. I'll be commentating the boys' match. Hoping that Tony will be able to do the girls' match. So they didn't pick up any more on their second ball in the 9th. So an 8 count in the 9th. So their final bowler up. And they pick up 9, leave a 5 pin. All right, Fremont Ross, spare attempt. Picks up the spare, they'll get one more. All right, so 895 and 853 for Napoleon. 682 and 714, those are in the individual games. Baker games of 187, 156, 210. So 2301 averaged 177. And then 2 Baker games of 116 for Fremont Ross. Plus this one. Picks up 7 more. So 95. So I've got 2301 to 1723. Napoleon wins by 578 pins. All right, I want to thank everybody who struggled through the live stream. As I said, we'll try and get a good copy up on the site as quickly as possible. As a recap, boys lost to Fremont Ross by 112 pins, and Napoleon girls were victorious by 578 pins. So join us for the Baker Bash live streams. We have one going for the boys, one for the girls. I believe start time is about 11 o'clock, if memory serves. And as always, go Wildcats!